Okay, welcome back to another episode of DIY Workshop. So as you can see, the car is fully painted, and let me just, looks good. I need to see it in the sun because I don't know if you can notice this difference here. I don't know if it's from the light or not on the clear coat, but it doesn't matter. What I'm going to be doing today is tackling this. I need to start cleaning this up, cutting it, see how much of the rust you have here so we can weld it. Another thing I need to do is take off the rear exhaust, because this is the heat shield, and as you can see, it's crunchy as hell. The problem is it's riveted actually to the top of the car, actually riveted, not bolted, and I cannot find a replacement one for the life of me. So I need to see how much of this is salvageable. Maybe I can cut the rotten parts and maybe weld new bits. I need to see. But either way, this is going to be a priority. I'm going to clean this up, cut it out as much as I can, weld new pieces on it, and then I'm actually going to coat all of this with Dinitrol, because this is going to be covered by the bumper, by the crash bar, and I really don't want this to rust again. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. You know the drill. Like, subscribe, and enjoy the show. Okay, so this is the underside of the shield. So as you can see, they have all these rivets here, 1 2 3 4 5 in total. So I'll have to drill these for this to come out. Now if I can repair this, which I doubt, I will then maybe put, instead of rivets, some screws, or I'll just have to order one of these new things or make one. But this type of curves here, indentation, I don't have equipment to do this, so this is going to be challenging. I just hope that I can cut maybe around, like, sorry for the shade, around this line, and I can weld this as a metal stripe, because then I can actually contour it as a weld. But yeah, then I need to figure out a way to make this rust proof. Maybe I'll prime it, put like some anti-corrosion thing, and then those like gold leaf insulators tapes, so that the heat gets reflected, but it doesn't affect the anti-corrosion paint. That might just be an idea, but I need to take this off and see how it is on the actual outside of it. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. done. I'm all dirty now. Okay, so it's out and I can see I have some cleaning to do. It's not bad. I thought it was gonna be worse. So I'll just grind this down. Like the rail here needs some cleaning. Need to clean these areas here. But apart from that, it's actually quite solid. Here, it's actually not as bad as I thought. I was expecting like the worst. But no, after some cleanup, we'll get to see what needs to be done. But that's not the job for today, because as you can see, British weather, and it's dark already. Yeah, solid. Now, just need to figure out what to do with this. Assess the amount of damage, clean this up. Let's see how much of this is actually fully rotten. I'm gonna assume a lot of it, because look at this. Let's make a new one, don't I? Crap. Well, we'll see. Okay, so I put rust converter all over this area. I'm gonna let it actuate. Then I'm gonna grind these sides here so I can weld, as you saw me do. Car passing through. The little piece. This is the inside. It's gonna have roll-through primer, and then I'm just gonna flip it and weld on the other side. Now, in here though, and excuse me for the light variation, it's a mess. This is all dirty as hell. I'm gonna spend all day cleaning this, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Once I've done that, I'm gonna put rust converter all over the bottom, and I'm start coating it with Dinitrol, or primer and Dinitrol, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so it's the next day. It's cold as F, and it's horrible to work in these conditions, but this is where we are. So everything is dried in terms of the rust converter. The paint is dry here, so this is ready to take on the Dinitrol. And this is ready to take the Dinitrol as well. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to coat this first, and then what I got is... This is, I tried to fix this. This is scrap. This is unsalvageable. It's way too rusty, way too gone. So I got another one. Told you that I couldn't find one for an RX-8, so I actually got one for an MX-5. But as you can see, it's way too small. So I have options. Either I get another one, chop them and merge them, or this is what I'm thinking of doing is doing a cut here at the middle, and then this bit stays here, this bit goes there, and then I will get some of my metal and I'll just weld the remaining bit. Sounds like it's a little bit more feasible. This is all the same metal thickness. The difference is that this one is galvanized, so I'll do the same treatment as I did for the actual seals. One of the things I'm going to be doing once I prep that is I'm going to scuff this all up. I am going to paint it, and I'm going to put Dinitrol on it, and to avoid the Dinitrol melting from being on the exhaust, I got myself, see if I can do this without dropping everything, this is a exhaust insulation heat reflective tape that I'm going to tape all over the underside, the inside of this, so that it reflects the heat back and it will preserve the Dinitrol. That is the plan. Let's just see how it goes then. Okay, so this is how it's gonna go. I bended this a little bit so it kind of matches. It's not perfect, but as I'm welding, I'll be able to kind of adjust it and push here and there, just so that this can be one unique piece. And then I actually have an excess here, and oops, don't fall. And then I can actually trim everything once it's done. So yeah, this will actually most likely, probably work. We'll give it a try. It doesn't look that bad. If I had like a bead roller or something, I would actually make a bead here at the middle. I just don't have it, so that it would match this. So I don't know. I just hope that the way this is will give it enough integrity so it doesn't twist or warp. I'm gonna be very careful with the heat from the welder. But yeah, let's give it a try. the exhaust. Here it is. Now I'm considering cutting a little sliver here so that this can be like this, but I don't think I will, because I don't think it's going to impact anything. If it does, I'll just cut this a little bit. I need to take the sticker off and then start scuffing this stuff to apply paint. It's not the prettiest tools in the world. It will work. I don't care. This is all going to be covered anyway. I might put some seam sealer. I don't know. We'll see. The important bit is that I have a heat shield on the right side now. Okay, once it dries, dinner roll. Right, here it is. Now I'm gonna wait for this to dry. I'm gonna wait for the seam sealer to dry. I also put seam sealer on the existing holes because I don't think these ones are gonna match.
A few moments later.
Okay, now while I wait for that side to dry, what I did was, and I'm not sure it's going to be visible. Oh, there you go. I put some actual rivets here, and here I cut the screws to length because, and this is going to be hard to see with no light, Just do some magic tricks here. There you go. Much better. So in here, in the boot, which I have to clean, if I lift this cover, if I lift this, you can see the rivet sticks out a little bit, and the screws I had to cut them just so that could, don't poke even more. But because there's the sound deadening here, once this all gets closed in, you cannot fill the rivet. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is actually I'm going to have to put the original front, rear bumper, because we are moving and this car needs to be in a driving condition. So the original bumper is going to come in, and hopefully when I finished that will be dry to put in, so then I can actually put the exhaust, and we're golden. All right. This is gonna be interesting. Well, it is late, but it's done. I ran out of battery while doing this, but see if I can show how this looks like. There it is. There you go. The plate is on. Everything is on. Now, the thing left for me is now to actually run it. It's dark, but I'm going to do it today. It's going to be a job for tomorrow. Either way, that's all I have for you guys today. So, you know the drill. Click like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you want to see next. And our next video is going to be in the new DIY workshop, because we are moving. But for that, stay tuned.